Hello, my name is Alana Bailey from Isabigdeal, also Aquarius, spiritual guidance, astrology, tarot, numerology. Um, you can find me on YouTube. You can find me on Facebook. You can find me also on Redbubble and a few other channels. I don't know what else to say for an introduction. So before, you may have seen me talk about the difference between oracle cards and tarot cards. And if you are starting off with a tarot deck or an oracle deck, to read the book, to get some ideas and take some notes. That's a good starting point. So say you've done that, you read the book, maybe you read it once, maybe you read it twice, maybe you read it like 100 times, maybe more. You've done a few little readings here and there, but you still don't know, or maybe you haven't done a reading yet. Now, looking at these ones, so as I said before, the minor arcane cards compose of 36 cards. So in this book by John Holland, the Psychic Tarot, which is an oracle deck, the 4 categories are spiritual, emotions, mental, and spirit. That's how he describes it in his deck. And each of these cards are numbered 1 to 9. Now, in the Rider's Waite, it's a little bit different. In the next video, I'm going to pull out a different version of Rider's Waite deck because I don't have the Rider's Waite deck on me right now. But all in all, the 4 different suits. So like I said, you've got pentacles, you've got cups, you've got the swords, and you also have the wands. So this one too, with this deck, has the chakras. So it has the different chakra cards as well in it, which is different. It's different. That was one of the main reasons I first bought this, because I was into crystal healing. I've been into crystal healing for a very, very long time, since I was a kid, actually. I don't have this on me right now, otherwise I'd show you something. But yes, so the chakras were something that I was always interested in, and energy itself, nature, all this kind of stuff, negative, positive ions, all this sort of stuff. Anyway, I could ramble on for a while, so I won't. Just looking, so you got this, you got cards. What do? There's so many different readings one can do. You can look at the different tarot readings, the traditions. There's a particular cross one that you can do. It kind of looks like, what was that game you used to do at school? And you'd hop like to each point. I can't remember the name now, but yeah, there's different spreads. So in here, if you're looking at the oracle ones, the single card is a very, very easy one to do. So you would do that just if you just have just something to clarify, because with tarot and oracles, some people will say that you can ask the decks anything. You can ask your partner something to test this as well. Sorry about my hair. Partner as well to for a single clarification. I like to use the single cards as a clarifier in a reading because sometimes things get crazy. Things can get crazy when you're reading. and you don't want things to get crazy. You want to keep it simple. You want to be smart with your readings. If it's out of your scope, just don't go there. But you can, but if you want to sort of keep grounded in your readings, you shouldn't pull out like every single card to try to understand. You're better off reading the book and getting some tips from the book instead of reading. So the 3 card spread is good. For example, if you're looking at the past, you're looking at the present, you're looking at the future. So depending on the question, depending on the client, depending on the situation, you can look at those sort of things. It could also just be something that is, from start to finish. So you're looking at those sort of things, just like, it's pretty simple that way. But you want to keep your questions, if you are asking them, in context. So yeah, you want to have one subject to look at and one thing to look at instead of trying to do a full scope of something, unless you can really grasp what that is. So I would say for the more, if you're looking at oracles too, like I said, it's a little bit different to the tarot. With a 5-card spread. And another thing to ask yourself is why you were doing the reading. What is it that you like about tarot? What is it that you like about oracles? Why have you wanted to learn this divine art or ancient skill? Going on to other things, so you've got the 5-card spreads. Yeah, so that just is a little bit different. Same sort of thing. Same sort of thing as the 3, but there's a little bit more to it. Then you can look at different forecasts if you're that way inclined, or if you're looking at particular things. They say, like, if you're looking at like a yearly forecast, you can look at the different months. You can use, depending. This is Oracle, by the way. So if you're looking at different forecasting, you can do these different things. You can look at times are very, very good. Like seasons, you can look at those as well. So you can look at like summer, spring, autumn, winter, and divide it up into months, or the cycles of things. You can do different readings like that. This deck, I personally find it a little bit, it's good for those things. Let's just say that. It definitely helps to learn the tarot as well, to see the traditional ways that is also done, because the different meanings will be different as well with the oracle cards and your readings. So there are readers out there who will do a reading and they'll say, yes, okay, we're doing like 5 cards. But to explain why that to your partner, the reason why you have decided to do that, and also going into what each placement means before they draw the cards too, I think may help with readings. But I have a lot more to say, and this was just a video that I just wanted to make, so I probably should do another one. But yes, there is different ways one can do it. Like I said, I do prefer to use the traditional tarot because I like to do forecasting. Well, I used to. They were the readings that I was doing in the past. So the forecasting readings were good. I also did a lot of readings for clients with particular things they wanted to know about their work or their job or things like that. Their health readings are a little bit different sometimes. It is out of your scope, so you just have to be honest. It's very good to be honest, because you don't want to say things that you know that are going to confuse your partner or your client, and you also don't want to get too personal with your readings, especially if you're starting off. If you're doing a reading for a friend or a family member, it can be quite invasive, I think, to get too involved with a reading. So sometimes you might get people, wanting a particular reading about their love life or something like that, or they want to know things about that. Just keep that in the back of your mind, and be there to support them. I think if you're a friend, hear them out. You might decide, you know, to pull one card instead of doing like a whole reading. Um, or you might say to them, just listen to them and understand where they're coming from. Listening to your partner is very, very important, because you want to learn about them as a person, But in traditional tarot, we do readings where we're not just tarot readers, obviously. So it's important to keep those boundaries too when you're reading.